Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
Today's program is sponsored by RADW CPAs, Business and Financial Advisors, serving the needs of businesses and individuals since 1953.
Friendship Village Tempe, a retirement community for over 30 years, offers independent living with residency options, lifelong learning classes, as well as continuing care. Information at friendshipvillageaz.com.
The closer they get, the closer you get to the world. National Geographic Live presents science writer Andrew Fazekas, Mankind to Mars. National Geographic Live.
From the Cronkite studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
Early voting numbers are through the roof in the state, but the campaign trail continues in Arizona today.
Plus, in some of the remote locations across Arizona, Native American groups struggle with access to the polls. A look into what's being done to ensure they can cast their vote.
I think when we first started talking to schools, it sounds too good to be true. It's like, you're going to put all this technology in our school for free. There's no cost to us. And you're like, yeah.
How a new fundraising program is helping Valley schools for free.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Alicia Gonzalez.
And I'm Cassie Ronda. Thank you for joining us. A new CNN and ORC poll shows Donald Trump leading Hillary Clinton in Arizona by 5 percentage points. With just 6 days until Election Day, candidates are making their final push for voters in our state. Katie Berry is live in Tempe, where Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton will take the stage later this evening.
People are just starting to make their way into this Hillary Clinton rally at ASU in Tempe. The crowd has been building all day outside the Sun Devil Fitness Complex, with some lining up early this morning. While big-name Democrats like Michelle Obama and Bernie Sanders have campaigned in Arizona over the last month, this is Clinton's first visit since she became the Democratic presidential nominee. I've been talking with some voters as they arrive. A few were in support of Clinton, and others were still exploring their option on who to vote for.
Well, it's only been in this past 2 years that I've been even political at all. And at first it was just that I wanted a woman to get into the White House and see what we could do that would be different. And since then, what I found out about her in the last 30 years, what she's done and what she can do for us and what she's done for women, has just put me on fire for Hillary.
Things about her message, like helping college students out a little more, that in a way that's more practical than, say, what Bernie Sanders was proposing, it's something that resonates with me.
The event starts here at 6:30 with Hillary Clinton taking the stage shortly after. Stay with us on Twitter at Cronkite News for continuing coverage of the event. Live in Tempe, Katie Berry, Cronkite News.
The Republican ticket is also making a stop in Arizona today. Donald Trump's running mate, Mike Pence, made an appearance in Mesa this morning. Jesse Canales was there as Pence tried to sway the voters.
I was there, but not as a credentialed member of the media. We were denied access with our TV camera, but we're allowed to watch the speech.
Despite the baseball caps, t-shirts, and chants, the crowd was not there to watch Game 7 of the World Series, but to rally for a different team, the Donald Trump and Mike Pence campaign team. Over 6,000 people attended Trump's Phoenix rally, but Pence had a more modest amount waiting outside the Mesa Convention Center. The rally goers noted they may be different in other ways too.
I actually think it's actually more appropriate because you have a business mind and you have a political mind. When you put both of those together, you're going to create an unstoppable force.
If Pence can draw Trump more to the conservative side, I think that's a good thing.
And Pence relayed that message to Republicans who still don't support Trump.
I think it's time to say with one voice to our fellow Republicans across Arizona, it's time to come home.
Several of today's rally attendees say they already came home, admitting Trump wasn't their first pick.
My wife was for Trump, and I voted Ted Cruz in the primary. But I also said throughout the primary that I would, or throughout the whole primary season, that I would vote for whoever the eventual nominee would be.
This isn't the last time Trump-Pence campaign supporters will see one of their campaign surrogates, as Donald Trump will make another Valley visit on Friday. Jess Canales, Cronkite News.
The number of voters candidates can persuade continues to dwindle in Arizona as early ballots are submitted. The latest numbers show nearly 1,400,000 early ballots have already been turned in statewide. According to the Secretary of State's office, that number is 54% of all ballots they estimate will be cast in the general election. For comparison, back in 2012 presidential election, Arizonans cast 2.3 million ballots total. And be sure to join us next Tuesday for live election night coverage. Cronkite News will bring you the election updates on our normal 5 p.m. newscast. And we'll be live on Arizona PBS 8.3 at 8 p.m. for the latest results and reactions from across the state.
Groups of Native Americans face some issues when trying to cast their vote. Dylan Eddy in our Washington Bureau looks into what is being done to help this part of the Arizona population.
It's hard to give poll workers your street address when you have no street. This is one problem that Native Americans face when casting their vote, according to voter watchdogs at Election Protection. Experts say one of the issues they've seen in Native voters has been the confusion over lack of traditional addresses.
Many Native voters live in rural communities with non-traditional addresses, and it's really the job of poll workers to understand that there are different procedures for Native voters, and when they do come to the polls with identification with non-traditional addresses, that they need to be following those procedures.
That's not the only miscommunication. Sometimes poll workers and Native voters aren't speaking the same language. Literally.
Native Americans who might speak an indigenous language, we kind of get questions about how that could impact them voting and if there's election materials available in those languages.
By setting up a number of resources both at the polls and through hotline services, the committee is devoted to solving these issues.
We've been partnering with folks on the ground, including the Indian Law Clinic, which is led by Patty Ferguson Bonney, who's a law professor at the Arizona State University, and they're running a Native Vote program on Election Day.
The committee is also partnering with the Native Vote Hotline, offering voting resources in different Native American languages. The way to reach this hotline is by calling 1-866-OUR-VOTE and asking to speak with a native language interpreter. The Election Protection Hotline and Native Voter Services will be open from now until November 8th at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Reporting from Washington, Dylan Eddy, Cronkite News.
In the final week of campaigning, both parties continue to buy more TV ads. While some may find the increasing number of ads annoying, two artists see these ads as a political art project. Joey Carrera introduces us to the artists.
In 1984, artists Antonio Montadas and Marshall Reese sifted through archives of retro political ads. It was the start of their ever-evolving project that includes footage from more than 60 years ago.
A catchy melody and a simple message. That's how political ads used to be. Each election cycle, as the times and issues change, artists Anthony Montadas and Marshall Reese capture the political promises from the airwaves and add them to their art project.
So what a person sees over time is the evolution of the image, how the image changes, and also the evolution of the ideas.
ASU Art Museum Director Gordon Knox says the unbiased presentation of the political art project puts voters in the right frame of mind.
The correct political choice in this for this state really will come from the policies and not from the propaganda.
Compared to those of yesteryear, the stark contrast of current political ads may just be in the presentation.
I mean, in a certain way, there's a stasis of ideas. I mean, things don't change that much in political life.
Here, the media is a protagonist.
But there are times when politicians were ahead of the curve.
The first ad of Jackie Kennedy in Spanish. To a Spanish community.
Other times, the message is repeated.
The 1964 LBJ ad, which is known as the Daisy ad, which is plays on the fears of nuclear annihilation.
The ad has been replicated notably by Bob Dole and more recently Hillary Clinton. Their 90-minute artistic vision is presented with simplicity, but compiled in a much deeper way.
They dive into all of that information with a ability to maneuver through intuition and innuendo, as opposed to having to go from fact and persuasion.
The compilation of campaign spots is making its way around the U.S. and even into Canada. Check cronkitenews.azpbs for some vintage snapshots. Joey Carrera, Cronkite News.
A new fundraiser helping schools get free money.
Coming up on Cronkite News, how Valley schools are implementing touchscreen TVs at no cost.
Plus, how some people's haircuts are helping to clean up the environment.
Think
I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now all my dreams are coming true. Yeah, I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now.
Tickets are now available for the annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon, held Monday, November 21st at the Sheraton Grand Phoenix. Join media industry and community leaders in honoring this year's recipient, award-winning journalist and CBS Evening News anchor Scott Pelley. The annual Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism Luncheon. cronkite.asu.edu/luncheon.
It's no trick, but somewhat of a treat for state law enforcement officers. The Arizona Governor's Office of Highway Safety released statewide DUI enforcement statistics from this past Halloween weekend, with a large drop in the number of DUI arrests. Officers around the state performed 209 arrests for driving under the influence over the Halloween weekend. That number down more than 100 people from 2015. The number of under 21 DUI arrests remained the same compared to the past year, but minor consumption and possession citations were down 10 from the past year to 43. Citations for seatbelt and speed violations did both increase.
There's a new way for schools to generate money, and they don't have to spend a dime. The kiosks run everything from announcements to school advertisements. It's no secret that after-school clubs like this one are in need of more funds.
We do a lot of fundraising, we do a lot of car washes.
To help create those funds, Cactus Shadows High School allowed School Live to install these touchscreen TVs.
I think when we first started talking to schools, it sounds too good to be true. It's like, you're gonna put all this technology in our school for free. There's no cost to us. And you're like, yeah.
A San Diego-based company called School Live has created digital kiosks for schools in about 32 states so far, including Arizona. The kiosks run advertisements from brands like the U.S. Army or Disney, as well as school announcements and promotions for the next school play.
You can only tweet or post on social media about our events, so having it on the kiosk, and it's just a good reminder to see.
About 30% of revenue from investing companies goes back into the school.
So we've seen a little bit of money, but not a lot of money. But the good news is they don't cost us anything. So since they don't cost us anything and we can use it for advertisement, you know, it's easy to hang in there.
But the manager of Campaign for a Commercial-Free Childhood says that bringing in small amounts of money isn't worth exposing the kids to more advertisements.
Particularly in a school environment, we feel it's inappropriate because students should be in school to learn, and it should all be about education, and it shouldn't be with the distraction of marketing something.
Campus exposure, as far as brands or businesses locally being on a school campus, has always been there. It was there when I was in high school. I'm sure it was there when you were in high school.
But so far, Principal Beebe says they haven't had any complaints.
I have not had a single parent ever contact me about the kiosk since they've been in, or most of the time when parents are here, and we intentionally have the one right by our lecture hall where we have a lot of night events where we do have parents there, and we did that intentionally so that parents too are in the know.
The kids I talked to seemed to like the School Live TVs, and they felt like they could rely on them to get good information they missed earlier in the day. School Live currently has 1,600 schools on the waiting list.
More Arizona kids now have health insurance. According to a report by the Georgetown University Center for Children and Families, the percentage of uninsured Arizona children dropped by 30% between 2013 and 2015. 40 other states have reduced their uninsured numbers since the Affordable Care Act was implemented. The national uninsured rate is 4.8%, a record low. Arizona's uninsured rate is currently 8.3%. Arizona has a fat problem, according to a new survey by Wallet Hub. November is National Diabetes Awareness Month, and the website took a look at the obesity problem in America. When ranked among the other states, Arizona is the 7th worst state in percentage of children who are obese. Arizona is the 10th worst in the country in obesity-related deaths. The website also found that Arizona adults are below average when it comes to eating less than one serving of fruits and vegetables per day.
The next time you get your haircut, you could be helping up clean oil spills. Coming up on Cronkite News, learn about a Canadian company here in the Valley recycling hair for the environment.
Photo contest winners will be announced, as well as the precipitation forecast and the current weather in Cleveland for Game 7 of the World Series. I'll have your full forecast up here next on Cronkite News.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm always searching to feel like I fit into something.
We are the people that we are because of our past.
I'm just one of many who stopped being silent.
It's just proof of how far we have come.
Make sure in all the hustle and bustle, we don't lose sight of why we're here.
It all boils down to communicating the lives we live.
If you look closely, they've got a story to tell.
It connects with you in a very deep way.
We wish you love, peace, and soul.
Come with us on this great adventure.
Come and play with us.
Onward and onward.
Good ideas open up a whole new world of possibilities.
The more you know about history, the more you know about yourself.
The sky is the limit.
Where I go, there you are.
Don't forget that you and your collectibles are the stars of this show.
Between $2,000 and $2,500.
In excess of $15,000.
Wow, it's close to $10,000 right now.
Well, $100,000 wouldn't even be a down payment on this painting.
Oh, good.
Never thought it'd be that.
$1,200 to $1,500 at fair market value.
Join us for the next taping of Arizona Collectibles. Go to azpbs.org/collectibles to submit your items today.
A local stylist is partnering with an international environmental group to send your discarded trimmings to another country. Cronkite News reporter David Caltabiano is going to tell us why your recycled hair may be headed to Canada.
They're called Green Circle Salons, a Canadian-based company that have partnered with hundreds of salons in North America, including Ellsworth Street Social Club in Phoenix. Their goal, to receive as much discarded hair as possible to clean up with oil spills around the world. Ellsworth Street Social Club, just like any other haircut place. Customers come in for a shave, buzz, or trim. But unlike some other shops, here, where your hair goes after the haircut, is just as important as what happens during the haircut.
Coming into the industry and understanding how much waste that we make as stylists, we really wanted to do something that would allow us to reduce our eco-imprint.
An eco-imprint that can be reduced by the hair that is swept off of the floor after your cut.
Green Circle Salons came along and they had the ideal of repurposing the hair into booms to clean up oil spills.
Reynolds, with the help of Green Circle Salons, decided to do something differently with the discarded hair. Instead of throwing it away, he stores it in this bin. that will eventually be shipped to Green Circle Salon in Canada, a process that has clients like David Soto excited.
I'm all for it. If there's any way that they can help out with natural disasters, especially man-made natural disasters, I'm in support of it.
The hair is used to soak up oil spills. As seen in this video, the orange boom on the left containing only hair soaks up this oil almost immediately. The Green Circle Salons company has partnered up with hundreds of other salons internationally, but here in Arizona, Reynolds and Ellsworth Street Social Club continue to please customers as well as going green. Green Circle Salon mission statement shows that they want to have the North American beauty industry go sustainable by year 2020. Live in downtown Phoenix, David Coltibiano, Cronkite News.
The city of Chandler teamed up with Arizona PBS for the Capture My Arizona photo contest. 64 photos were submitted for a chance to be featured on the City of Chandler's website.
The photos capture things that define the quality of living in Chandler, and winners were chosen by members of Arizona PBS. Sarah Lichterman is in the Weather Center. She's got the winning photos.
Yes, and these winning photos are just gorgeous of the weather here in the valley. Mark Scanley took this first place overall with this photo of Chandler City Hall. Bill Rigsby snapped this photo of some morning fog, earning him a People's Choice Award. Kelly Gibson claimed one of those as well with her photo of a beautiful sunset. And speaking of Chandler, here are your valley temperatures. 82 in Chandler, 82 in Phoenix. It's pretty consistent overall in the mid to low 80s. And for the rest of Arizona, 82 in Phoenix. And as we go further north, you start to see it cool down, 56 in Flagstaff and 57 in the Grand Canyon. Over the next 24 hours, you're going to start to see precipitation start to build up in the southeast of Arizona and make its way into the northwest of Arizona. It will continue throughout Thursday, giving us a 30% chance of rain and thunderstorms throughout Thursday, 10% chance of rain into Friday till about 11 a.m. And then for the rest of the week, it does get to stay pretty sunny Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and for the rest of that week, mid to low 80s and your lows in the 60s. And for all of you baseball fans out there, here is your current weather in Cleveland for Game 7 of the World Series, 72 degrees right now, 5 p.m. on Mountain Standard Eastern Time, mostly cloudy, but it should be a pretty interesting game. I'm Sarah Lichterman with your Cronkite weather.
Many more than those in the ballpark will watch as baseball history is made tonight.
It's win or go home for the Chicago Cubs and the Cleveland Indians. Coming up on Cronkite News, how we're seeing the impact of the big game right here in the Valley.
The confidence to lead our country.
This isn't reality television.
I feel like Hamilton reached out from history and wouldn't let me go until I told his story.
I make no apology for my actions. I would do the same again.
How we come so far and yet have so far to go.
Right there, coming up.
In 1920s Melbourne,
careful with the hand luggage. My pistol's in there somewhere and it may still be loaded.
Phryne Fisher is a detective.
Things could get interesting around here.
Thought they already were.
Who isn't afraid to live a little.
I hope you're not concealing a dangerous weapon under that skirt.
I'm concealing a lot of things.
Why do you think you could just run off on your own?
It's because I'm carrying a gun.
The irresistible series, Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries.
Saturday night at 10 on Arizona PBS.
Hi, I'm Charlie Rose. As part of the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at ASU, Arizona PBS is providing a state-of-the-art venue for the next generation of journalists. From newsrooms in Washington, Los Angeles, and here in Phoenix, students engage in real-time, real-world news reporting, broadcast production, and online innovation. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS working together in new ways to bridge the classroom to the community in the digital age.
The Cleveland Indians host the Chicago Cubs tonight in Game 7 of the World Series, and fans are paying major league prices to be at the game. The average price paid for a ticket for tonight's game is $2,700. The asking price for the game went up during last night's game after the Cubs built an early lead. This year's World Series will be historic for one of the teams. Cleveland hasn't won a World Series since 1948. The Cubs haven't won it since 1908.
Whoever wins the World Series tonight, the Cactus League can expect to benefit. Both the Indians and Cubs spend spring training in the Valley. After the Kansas City Royals won last year, they saw an 8% Cactus League attendance boost at Surprise Stadium. The Cubs are already the most popular ticket in the Cactus League, but Cronkite News reporter Gina Berg went to Mesa to find out how a Cubs World Series win could help spur a major development in the city.
The Chicago Cubs are looking to win their first World Series since 1908. If they can pull off this win, the city of Chicago won't be the only city that can benefit from it.
So they also expect the rates to go up as well, which creates that higher demand. So if the Cubs win, the rates go higher.
Fans have packed Mesa's Sloan Park and the Sheraton Mesa Hotel at Wrigleyville West since the Cubs moved their spring training operations into the 15,000-seat stadium in 2014. With the team playing at 97% capacity this past spring, there isn't much room for attendance growth inside the ballpark. But a big opportunity for Mesa. A Cubs World Series win could reignite the stalled development of Wrigleyville West, a hoped-for combination of restaurants, bars, and retail adjacent to the stadium that is yet to materialize. The Sheraton has been the only major project built so far.
Well, we're hopeful that it'll be that property, as it continues to develop, will be a source of revenue for the city.
Well, obviously bringing more business into our community brings more travel, brings more opportunities for your restaurants. So just the influx of business also helps the business overall.
Meanwhile, representatives at Goodyear Ballpark, spring training home of the Indians and Reds, said they've already seen a 30% spike in Indians Cactus League season ticket sales. In Mesa, Gina Berg, Cronkite News.
When spring training begins in February, one team will arrive having ended one of the 3 longest championship droughts in major professional sports. It's been 108 years for the Cubs and 68 years for the Indians. The number 2 team on the list of longest championship droughts, the Arizona Cardinals, at 69 years and counting.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, a new survey suggests a slow and steady recovery for the local commercial real estate market. And we'll hear about what childhood adversity means to the well-being of communities. That's the next Arizona Horizon.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour, how Americans with disabilities see this presidential election. That's Wednesday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
The closer they get, the closer you get to the world. National Geographic Live presents science writer Andrew Fazekas, Mankind to Mars. National Geographic Live.
More than 90% of the time, hospice care is delivered in the best place of all, home. Hospice of the Valley has been providing quality care at home since 1977. Not for profit, for comfort.
Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
Gems. What do they tell us about our planet?
Our Earth is a master chef. She knows how to cook.
The stories behind the most exquisite treasures of the Earth. On Nova.
Tonight at 8 on Arizona PBS.
Unlock your newest member benefit. Over 1,000 episodes of your favorite PBS shows. American Masters. Antiques Roadshow. Nature. Nova.